Hey everyone, I'm the Rev, and using this, I'm going to show you where I believe my love of sim racing was born. So if we're going to talk about where sim racing began, I'd say it began in the arcades, with Sega Rally. Now my local bowling alley had a full arcade cabinet of Sega Rally, and whenever I had any spare change, that's where I'd be, in the bowling alley, playing Sega Rally, with the steering wheel and pedals. Now, when I realised that Sega Rally could be got on a home console, that was it, I wanted a Sega Saturn. Unfortunately, they were quite expensive. They were about, with a couple of games, probably £400, which even today is expensive, but back in them days was hugely expensive, and my mum didn't have that kind of money. So the little Rev got a job drying dishes at a restaurant, and I managed to save up £200 just doing that job of a weekend. And then my uncle, as I'd saved up 200, he matched it, so I had £400. So on my birthday, back in 1995, whoops, there's the wall, I purchased a Sega Saturn with Sega Rally and Virtual Cop. And I'd say that's where two things started for me, but that's where sim racing started. That's a dead cert. So Sega Rally, even today, this game, I adore this game. It's fantastic. I have it on my Steam Deck. I still play it now. Played it the other week when I was on holiday on the plane. I'm always trying to shave moments off my time. And it's the first game that actually gave you any kind of, or gave me any kind of idea of weight transfer in a car, and what a car would do when it slides and how to correct it. Even here, just with the D-pad, it still handles. Absolutely brilliant. And the graphics were unbelievable for the day. Absolutely unbelievable. They still look good today, but they were absolutely fantastic. Not to mention the music was special. Just everything about this era in gaming was special for me. Get on the brakes, there you go, get on the power as the car slides. And there wasn't a game before this that I'd played that gave you any kind of different feeling from gravel to the road. I think it was the first game that I'd ever played that simulated like a road surface and how that would affect the car. You can feel the difference when you go from the tarmac to the gravel. You've got much more grip on the tarmac than you have on the gravel. Whoops, there you go. I used to be a lot better than this. But yeah, it's this is definitely where the love of racing began. I had 2 players split screen. I'd play with my cousin. We'd try and beat one another. And I think if I remember rightly, I think I won that battle. I think I won it. I think I beat him more often than he beat me. But this game, like I say, this is where it all began. This is where the love of racing began. Even though it's rallying, just the feel for the car. The feel for the car, the handling, it's just untouchable, and it's untouchable. It's untouchable to this day for me, this. This would be one of those games where if I was going to a desert island and I can only take 5 games with me, this would be on that list without a shadow of a doubt. It just ticks all the boxes for the little Rev. And I couldn't have loved it more than I did. And I remember taking my Sega Saturn and my television to what we had, a computer club local to where I lived, and I'd take my TV and my Saturn round to this club, and we'd have little mini championships, little mini time trials, and everybody'd sit there and play Sega Rally on the Sega Saturn. So I'd say that's where the love of sim racing began. Now if Sega Rally blew me away, then this blew my mind. This is Formula 1 on the original PlayStation. Now when I bought my Sega Saturn, I had to make a choice between the Saturn and the PlayStation. And I decided to go for the Sega Saturn, not knowing anything really about the PlayStation. And then that computer club I mentioned, one day I was there playing Sega Rally, and another lad came in and set up his Sony PlayStation. And everybody crowded round the screen. I thought, what are they playing? And I went over and had a look. And he was playing this on the PlayStation. And I was absolutely blown away. I'd never seen a game before that had the real cars, licensed tracks, licensed drivers, and it looked amazing. Graphically, I was absolutely blown away, and I was like a big Formula 1 fan anyway. So I could not believe what I was seeing. And I knew that I was going to have a PlayStation as well. Murray Walker giving the commentary. I spent absolutely hours and hours and hours on this game, and I credit this game with me learning a lot of the tracks that I know today, as the vast majority were on the Formula 1 calendar. And if you look on the screen there, you've actually got the racing line. So that's what I credit this game with. I think that it taught me the racing line of the vast majority of tracks I know today. Oh, still got it. Obviously it had Murray Walker giving commentary, but I used to play it with the music. Because the commentary could get a little bit repetitive. So I'd play it with the music, and it had music from Steve Vai, Joe Satriani. Just the menu music from Joe Satriani, back to Shalabal. I don't think YouTube would let me put it on. So I've had to use the commentary. But if you get a chance, definitely YouTube, back to Shalabal. But yeah, this game was absolutely something else, and it taught me the racing line. So this was definitely the first foray into true sim racing. This was as realistic as it got in 1995. Jump into a race. Just so you can see what a grid of cars like. We have indeed, Murray. Now the AI, you are not moving the you're not moving the AI from the racing line. They or rather off their line. They won't move if you touch them. There's no physics or anything like that between cars. If you touch them, they're just going to go nowhere. But they're having a good battle. Oof. Nearly into the Ligier there. Always definitely contact there, Murray. Try and go up the inside of the Ligier. This was absolutely fantastic. And obviously it still brings a smile to my face today. Whoops. And playing stuff like this and remembering stuff like this. This is why I would never say the stuff we play today, the graphics are terrible, or I think some people have said, whoops. Some people have said that the latest version of ACC is unplayable. It's nowhere near unplayable. I think we like to go a bit overboard on the internet these days. We need to go back to 1994, 95. We're absolutely flying here though, flying. The muscle memory's still there. The little Rev sat cross-legged on his bedroom floor, playing hours of this game instead of doing my homework. If I tried to sit down cross-legged to play some games now, I'd never get up. Only 2 more laps to go. There's the Jordan and the McLaren. Oh, I lost my front wing then. But this, what a game. Oh, we actually defended. Rubens Barrichello in the Jordan. I love the bottom there because that's how it looked on TV. That was just like, oh my god, it's got the real timing. Just everything about it, I was just made up with. Well, the buzz definitely contact there. Well, again, overtakes done's really difficult. Oh. Well, you'd be right, Murray. There was some definite contact there. Looking as though we're flying. There's another battle going on up ahead. Well, I think we were up the inside then, Rubens, if we're honest. But the graphics for the day were just absolutely immense. I did end up getting the sequel, which was for F1 97. But this one will always have been my favourite. Even that, just looking behind, I was like, oh, wow, everything's in 3D. Berger's in the lead, in the Ferrari. Go on. Oh, he doesn't want to let me past. But it really was a fantastic representation of Formula 1 for the day. And unfortunately, it wasn't coming to the Sega Saturn. Oh my word. So I knew I was getting a PlayStation. So that was the next job, was to save up for a PlayStation. Get back to the restaurant, get drying those dishes. And try and get myself a PlayStation. That was always going to go away, that gap. Even the stuff that Murray's saying, I can remember. Oh. Oh, that was a dive bomb. Dive bomb. Absolute dive bomb. So yeah, that's game number 2. This game taught me the racing line. And how to actually learn a racing line. What a fantastic little game. And then we went from Formula 1 to the British Touring Car Championship. With TOCA touring cars on the original PlayStation. This game was immense. Now, I wouldn't say this game taught me anything specifically, but it was certainly an accurate representation of the British Touring Car Championship. So let's say it taught me the British tracks. So I'd learned a load of the international tracks on the original Formula 1. And this taught me the British tracks, like your Donington Park, Oulton Park, Snetterton, Croft. Tracks like that. And this game was absolutely fantastic. I always have a little look behind. I love the engine sounds. I love the sound of the tyres. I love the way you could lock up. I love the way you could exceed the track limits. I love the music in the background. I thought the music suited it perfectly. It was so 90s. Come on. Come on. There you go. But the AI was great. The AI was aggressive. It had wet weather driving. Oh, this is like, that's like a Assetto Corsa Competizione right there. The way I've just took that last corner. So let's get into it. It had Tiffany Dell. He'd say a few words before a race. In the championship mode. So starting from the back of the grid in our Mondeo, 3 laps, Donington Park. We're away. Look at the frame rate. Look at the frame rate. It's down to 15 frames a second. But I'd sit there and absolutely batter these games. And the frame rate meant nothing to me. Oh dear. Oh, we're in the back one of yonders. Yeah, I've caused that. Now the handling on this game could be what we'll call unpredictable. Sometimes the input you did the last lap, you could do exactly the same thing the next lap, but your car would end up spinning off into the wall. But it's all part of the charm. But if like me you grew up, oh, a bit more contact there, oh of course a big one, oh it's alright, can we straighten him up? Oh I don't think we can. Not covering myself in glory here. Is that Nissan going to go around the outside of us? Don't think it is. It's still there. Oh, he's pitted me. You cheeky little monkey. Come on, come on. Get it back on the track. Oh, it's like that, is it? Right. We'll remember that, Nissan. We're down to 16th. Work to do. So as you can see, the AI was a bit aggressive. Although, to be fair, I'd hardly been white. Whoa! I'd hardly been whiter than white there myself. I will stop exceeding the track limits there at some point, I can assure you. But what a fabulous little game. And I said this is definitely the game that put Codemasters on the map. Probably this and Colin McRae Rally, which was also great. But I was much more into the BTCC than I was into Colin McRae Rally. Come on, let's get on the power nice and early and get after this. This Honda Accord. And this is why I love Automobilista 2, even the minis with the BTCC skins. Just because it reminds me of coming in from school and having a few games of TOCA touring cars. We're going to go up the outside of the Vectra. Don't you dare. Oh, nearly. Oh, bit of karma there for that Vectra. There you go. See you later, pal. Thanks for trying to pick me off. But I'd run full championships. This had split screen as well, I believe, and play that against my friends. Golden Age. Get your rose tinted specs on for the golden age of gaming. Oof. Well, that was tight. I don't know if this is the Nissan that had a go at me. Might be another one. But we're up to 13th. Oh, it's all got a bit aggressive. Oh, they're all off. Oh, look at the Honda, he's flying. But the gravel certainly slowed you down. Oh, that Peugeot was having none of that. Oh, he's power sliding that Peugeot and the Honda. The latency on your inputs is massive. Oh. But it's still just great fun. And like I've said in previous videos, when I was sat there playing these games... Ooh, back... Oh, sorry, Honda. Yeah, my bad. When I was sat there playing these games, if you'd have showed me... If I could have gone into the future and seen a Assetto Corsa Competizione or a Assetto Corsa... Oh my god, it would have literally blown my mind. Because I was more than happy playing stuff like this. I thought the graphics were immense, the sound's immense. This ticks all the boxes for me. So as I say, the next time, whoa, we're going to complain about a few graphical glitches or slightly inconsistent frame rate or something like that. Just think about playing stuff like this. Day in, day out. Oh, that was the closest I've got to not exceeding the track limits. But this has been a whistle-stop tour through what I used to play and where I believe sim racing began for me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Just something a bit different. Won't be for everyone. But as always, I've been the Reverend. Thank you for watching. 10th.